I'm going to shift you all into the locker rooms now.
I'm bringing you out. I can get in.
All right. When I started, I wanted to be the number one. Like Orig Williams was renowned for wrestling in Wales, and unfortunately he passed. And now in generations and future to come, I want people, as soon as they think wrestling in Wales, they think Alan Ravenhill.
Oh, look.
Alan, I would consider him a friend. Someone I've known for a long time. Someone I've got a lot of respect for.
I like to try and lead by example. Everything that the company is because I've worked my butt off to get there, but at the same time it's the help of the wrestlers and the fact that they turn up and they perform, that they're a massive contribution to the shows. You've got a full week to go here, right? And I've got dog here. Do you know what I mean? So if you're hurt, I'd rather you tell me now and rather than spewing up. So even though the boys know that obviously I am the boss, I've got a relationship with them where we're cool, we can have a laugh, but there is that line. So it's kind of like you look after the boys and the boys will look after you.
Well, I dare say without Welsh Wrestling I maybe would have stopped by now, because it's the whole social element of it as well. Here at Welsh Wrestling we're a little bit like a big family, a really strange, a really odd family. But no, it's great to come and see all the guys. It's great to be here. It's a good place to be.
Alan knows what the crowd wants. He, like I say, when he tells you to do something, you know that the crowd will react to it. There's no doubt about it. There's some things you think that are too simple or just too out there, but if you do it as he says, you know you're going to get a great reaction from the crowd.
He was very specific on how he wanted me to come across. When I first started, he sat and watched all my matches from the front and would constantly critique me when I came back, which was good. I'd never had feedback off any promoter before him, so he would sit there, come back and say, right, do less of this, do more of that, etc, etc. He developed me all the way through it. So he was very specific in what he wanted from me as a character, which was good to have that sort of guidance.
With Wales, my aim was always to run Wales. So to try and get the wrestlers loyal to me, it was just the fact that I had to run more shows than everyone else and offer them more money. Now I know there may be some promotions in Wales, I'm not sure. If there are, I can assure you they're not running as much as me, they're not running the best venues in Wales, and they're not paying the guys as much as me.
Well, 2006 I'd say I started first for Alan when it was PPW, and to be honest with you, it's gone from like I said, the smaller venues, the shows to, it's gone bigger, as where the prices were quite down when he first started, and he was getting crowds of like 150 in, something like that, and now he's pretty much selling places out at bigger venues. And he seemed to have tapped into merchandise market. He seemed to have learnt a lot as a promoter as well.
Well, 2015 now. I think I first worked for Alan in 2008, so 7 or 8 years. And I think if you look at the venue we're in tonight, I think there's 600 seats here and it's sold out. So that kind of tells you everything. The first show done for Alan was maybe 200 or 300, which was great, and it's still great at the time. And if you take this venue now, almost 600 seats, it's a pretty big deal.
Alan's really nice. He's a really nice guy. He'll do anything to help anybody out. He's sort of like the father of the family, because all of us were just like a big family. So yeah, Alan's the father of the family.
The business side of running a wrestling company it's basically awareness. I'm pretty slow to the whole Facebook thing. I was never on there until like last year. I never knew the power of Facebook. Now I understand the power of Facebook, and that helps us. Same with Twitter. For me, it's still the good old-fashioned, get the posters out, make sure everyone in that town, wherever they go in the weeks on the run-up to a show, that they see that poster.
It's the best wrestling in town. In fact, it's the only wrestling in town. Unless they fight on the streets.
Who's going to win tonight?
Steve Starr.
Stevie Starr?
He's magical.
Any particular favourites of yours?
Me and Tommy Dean.
Tommy Dean.
Stevie Starr. Kate Carlos.
Carlos. Oh. Why do you think Kate Carlos is going to win?
Because he's absolutely a beast.
What makes us unique and entertaining is we understand our fans. You've got a lot of wrestlers who think they understand the fans because they're fans themselves, and this is the style of wrestling they like. We know what our fans like. Which I think is one of the key things to why we've been successful, is that we give our fans what they want, and that's just a good, wholesome family show.
Is scheduled for 1 fall. Making his way to the ring first, weighing in at 23 stone, Grizzly Jones.
One thing I'm proud of is that every one of our characters stand out. Because if they were boring, I wouldn't let them on the show. Every character stands out. Big Dog, he's like the modern day Big Daddy. Stevie Starr, I suppose, is our version of John Cena. And you got guys like Mean Tommy Dean. There is no guy in this country better than Mean Tommy Dean and James Mason opening up the show, because they'll get in that ring and they'll rile that crowd up before any moves have been hit.
I've been training with the company for about 2 years, but actually made my debut here last year in this very theatre.
Geffen, he's so enthusiastic. He's brilliant. He's patient and he's loyal, and he's going to be really good. He's like a student of it. He turns up the shows. He's the first there to help out. He help take the ring down. You watch the show, you ask questions, and he does as he's told. You get a lot of wrestlers who come in and think they know what, I want to do this move because I've seen this guy do that.
Well, I was trained by Big Dog. He's been in the wrestling business for a long time, and again, you trust his opinion. There's guys like Stevie Starr, Kate Carlos, very experienced guys. You, like I say, as long as you follow what they say, you can't go wrong.
I like a macho man in WrestleMania 4.
Is that what he done? Yeah. I've done a show once. I've done a show once, right? And I went on. I had 5 or 6 outfits on, and each round I kept just stripping off.
It's more excited than obviously you're nervous. Nerves are never going to go, but very excited about coming here and performing in front of everybody. Like I say, there's loads of families and friends coming down, and just hopefully put on a good show for them.
Weighing in at 16 stone, Keith Comrie.
Felt it went all right. It was good to get the win, especially in front of your hometown.
Probably Royal Rumble. I have to eliminate all this stupid double teaming because the bottom line is, right, I don't know if it's because of the size of the ring or because everyone is trying to choreograph it perfectly, that it always looks false and crap. Right? Whereas if it was done like the way I wanted it done, it would have just been, it would just flowed into that, into that, into that, into that. The crowd would have got a big pop. But in the meantime, what it was is the crowd was a bit confused. Why is Magic on the top rope? Where's Geffen on the top rope? Where's this going? Drop kick. Then you stumble into the right place. He does the cross body. Then obviously when he's on top of him, they understood what was happening then. But it's just keeping it simple for them. Bear in mind, the average crowd there is 7 years old. You know, it's just keeping it simple all the way through the match. But up until that part, the match was good. I enjoyed the match. All right.
Cheers. You have an exciting job.
Yeah, well, no, plumbing is a really good job. I think, I think, you know, I like to get my hands down the toilet.
Different
It's
people every day.
different stuff. I like playing with the waterworks and that. No, it's a great job, and I can't. We've all done different things, and I think all of us here would agree that it's great, isn't it?
Great.
Fantastic, you know.
What do you think of Alan?
Who?
Alan, our head of the Welsh Wrestling.
No, sorry, mate. Sorry, mate.
Big Dog is it's just me. It is just me, with a hat and a cape on, and a pink and orange outfit, nice red boots. It's just me, you know. It turned up a little bit, and you know, as long as we can go there and send people home happy, I think that's all I can expect, and all I can give, really. If I'm honest, I'm not up there in that category. I belong in a different part of the show. I understand, you know, my part of the show is more about entertainment and the pantomime and the showbiz aspect of it. You know, I think the more athletic, good-looking wrestlers, I think that's geared, the championship and the titles are geared more towards them. But obviously, I'd smash them all up if I got the chance, you know.
I gotta be honest, I wish it was me and you tonight with that get-up.
Who would be like the A-Stacks and
mate! I'm gonna push for it.
So I really struggle with nerves. So before every show, I'm like sick. Straight before a match, I'm like, all the boys know I'm sick straight before. I've even spewed, like, been sick in the ring a couple of times, and I try to disguise it, hide it. So yeah, it doesn't come, the sort of like, the theatre side of it doesn't come naturally to me. But I was like an ex-rugby player, so that I found the physical side, as in like the bumping and throwing people and lifting people, come easy. But when you come and put that together to make a character or put a show together, I found that quite hard then. So it took me probably about 2 years to get a bit of confidence and have a bit of faith in the sort of character I portray.
It's only you I trust in it, Care.
Yeah, it's only me you trust.
Don't trust anybody else.
Yeah. It's taken me a long time to get the hang of this, but I've got the knack of it now, and
He's a master.
He comes out looking perfect every time now, he does.
Well, I do that anyway, but this just makes it a bit more effective.
When I started out, this was my aim, was to obviously to get in Welsh Wrestling, so to get that far was sort of like a big deal for me. I had no ambitions to get to WWE, TNA or anything like that. I just wanted to get to the biggest company in Wales, and that was my goal met. And to be in it finally is really, really good feeling. I think I've been with the company about 4 years now. It's been my 4th year. I've come on so much since working in this company. You've got the best talent in Wales in here, so you're always learning. But coming from what I started to where I am now, I'm so much more better as a performer, but still got a lot more to learn and keep a long way to go.
I wouldn't want to mess with him if it got, honestly, the skill, the hours he puts in the gym every week, MMA, boxing,
discipline as well.
I wouldn't want to, and he's such a strong lad as well. You know what I mean, he's got a lot of skills to bring if ever it got a bit nasty, and I'd rather have him on my side than against me. In ring, I say back in 2009 when I first saw him, I thought some of his work was quite shoddy. He came in under our sort of umbrella, and within a matter of months, he would come on leaps and bounds, and the standard of his work was excellent. Because the good thing with Adam, his body's his selling point, and now I think he's learned as well to make his moves and his sort of character live up to that sort of the expectations you would have as seeing him, you know, with his body. I've seen him have some matches with Bolt, and they've been excellent matches, you know. So Adam is going tight down, he's going strength to strength.
Well, it feels quite great, to be honest. There's a lot of guys in Wales, if not the UK, I would like to work for this company, you know. And I really enjoy my time here, and really enjoy training up the shows and, you know, doing my job, and then, you know, going like.
Most wrestlers have to buy their gear and spend a few £100 on it, and then you're about someone gave him it 8 years ago.
That's a load of rubbish.
He found them jeans.
Best thing is, when
Alan told me to wear jeans. Well, you know, I am a tend to be a bit of a fashion icon, like, you know, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, you know, you can go out there and you can feed off the crowd. You know, you can change things up a bit sometimes, depending what the crowd wants, depending on what crowd you get. You know, there's always different types of crowds, and you know, you just go with the flow, like, you know.
Hey, shut up, you little gremlin! Hey! You just shut up at all!
Yeah, I think the crowd, to be honest, the crowd completely make the show, because you can put on a perfect, or I say perfect match, or as close to perfect as you plan, and everything can be sweet and crisp, yet sometimes the crowd just might not be buying what you're doing, and then on the other side of the coin, and sometimes you might do the most simple of moves, like just simple little bump, and they'll go crazy for it.
I'm not here for you, boy! I'm here for me!
So then, obviously, it makes it that more rewarding then, where it proves to you that, like, what you're doing is getting the necessary reaction, like, you know.
Is that the biggest arm you've ever seen in your life? I'm an Olympic gold belly dancing champion. It's a fact, huh?
He is the class clown, right?
No, that's not true.
No, yes, he is the class clown. You can't ask anyone a story without them mentioning the word Bolt. For me, sometimes he's a bit of a like attention seeker. I try and treat him like an adult, and he reverts back to being, oh, give me some attention. But me, I love him to bits, because I know he'd have my back I got a lot of time for him.
You mean Tommy Dean took my eye on Friday? Tell him. You mean Tommy Dean tried to take my eye Friday?
Yeah. He done my lip on Friday, top and bottom. What did he do to you?
Ruined my brain.
Me and Tommy Dean just punched me in the face.
He sounds wild.
Yeah,
he's quite wild. He's quite wild. He's very mean.
He is wild, yeah.
Tommy Dean.
He has to be looked after by everyone who's around him, right? Heart of gold and all that, menace to society and everything. But he was going on a holiday with his missus. So everything goes in, they go to the airport, check in, and he's oblivious to all this. She does it all for him, you know, checks the bags, pack the bags and all that. Get on a flight's called, she just holds his hand, you know, come on, let's go on a flight, let's go on a flight. Hour into the flight, everything's going well. 2 hours into the flight, everything's going well. 3 hours into the flight, he turns around to his missus, hey, does it take this long to get to Spain? And she looks back at him and says, we're not going to Spain, we're going to Mexico. He had no idea where he was going. No idea where he was going.
Well, I like to have a warm up, you know, before you go out there, like, and once I've stretched and once I'm all right, you know, ready to go, the adrenaline starts kicking in. Yeah.
First time I've ever seen him do that.
Call him out through the door. That's why we're here. Come here, call him out through the door.
I was very proud of Stevie Starr, because we brought him in and he was one of those wrestlers that people said to me, oh, he's not that good. And I said, well, wait there, we put him in with the right people, and we put him in with James Mason and Cade Callis, And then I think it was like 2 years after he started with us, he's in Florida on a development contract with WWE.
Steve again is someone who, when he first came, you know, was really, I don't know, he came sort of 4 or 5 years ago, was really new, really green, and just super eager to learn and be the best. And he looks after himself so well. And we all know that he's been away and come back and he improved. And I think he's at an age as well where, you know, I watch nearly every match he does when I'm here because I like to see him, and I think people respond to him really well. And I think that's just because he's just himself out there. He's just honest.
My opinion on Cade Callis as a performer, he's the best. I genuinely, it's not because he's been with me from day one. He's the one guy that I'll put in the ring with anyone, and he knows how I like my matches to go. You know, he's, you know, from the day he started me, he knows that I like this style of wrestling and not that style of wrestling. So I always put a new guy in with him, and he will bring them through the way that I want them wrestling on my shows.
Oh, it started as a hobby. Basically, what happened is we went to a show similar to this one at my hometown's town hall, and after it, me and my friend who used to play wrestling in the garden went up to the wrestlers and was like, "Oh yeah, we're better than you guys." And they took us into the ring, and they showed us how to fall, and then made us fall and fall and fall until, you know, I was sick. After the show, you know, they were getting their jollies from, you know, abusing a kid, basically. And then they told us where their training was, and we went there the next day, and they beat us up again for being mouthy and 15, I guess. And yeah, it started from there, really.
For any person to be the champion of their company, they've got to be one of the best, you know, of what they do, which Steve and Cade both bring in there as villains or faces. Steve being at WWE, Cade has been involved in wrestling for many years. The two of them, you know, are arguably the best that are in Welsh wrestling right now.
My particular reign with the Welsh Heavyweight Championship, when it went on for quite a while, I can talk about that. I can talk about how sort of I gave 110% every time we had a show. Every show I gave everything, every part of me to that audience. I risked my body. Emotionally, I gave 110%. And basically I tried my very best to put on the very best show I could every single time I defended that title. And I guess that's what led to a lengthy run. That's what led to, you know, increasing attendances and things like that. The fact that I was literally giving everything I had, and the guys that I was lucky enough to wrestle, they were giving everything too, because it means a lot to us, you know. This is our passion, and this is what we want to do well at.
I think Alan's going to be very upset if I win tonight, because Steve's the poster boy. Steve looks like a wrestler should look. He walks like a wrestler should look. And look at me. I'm just me, and I'll do my best. And I've carried this company for a little while before, and I'll be happy to do it again. And maybe Alan will be pleased, maybe Alan will be depressed because he can't sell so many backstage passes or pictures, but you know, I'm here for me, and I'm here for all these people, so I'm gonna try my best. Steve's a big guy, he hits hard. I expect Steve to come at me hard, and I expect to hit him back just as hard. So hopefully all this sort of physicality will get the crowd involved, and they might care about what we're doing. Best case scenario. Worst case scenario, it's silent, and everything hurts a lot more in the silence. So yeah, I'm hoping the crowd's loud. Plenty of Callis coalition out there, that's what we want.
Alright, let's get down to business. The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and is the decade in the making Welsh Heavyweight Title Match. Introducing first the challenger, weighing in at 18 stone, Cade Callis.
Stevie Starr is another one, you know, the crowd tend to like him a lot. You know, he's got an incredible look, he's got a fantastic body. You know, his in-ring ability again. I've had some good matches with him over the years, like, you know, and I think only the best in Wales have become, you know, the champion.
Stevie Starr and Kay Callis both epitomise what the Welsh champion should be. I mean, they're big guys, they're very good at what they do, they're both very experienced guys. I mean, they're the guys to be.
I guess became kind of formulaic, I guess. You know what to expect when you get here, whereas 10 years ago, 9 years ago, you'd turn up and you wouldn't quite know who was going to be here, even where we were going to be, whether the venue were expecting us, things like this.
I don't think there's a secret to becoming number one in Wales for me. It was pure ambition. You know, it's like, I'm the kind of person, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. I get annoyed when WWE run Cardiff, because I think to myself, you know, Wales is mine. You know, but I can't do anything about that. That's my mentality.
To be honest with you, I think Welsh Wrestling in another 10 years, I would imagine, either Alan would have made his money and retired or something like that from it, or I would say, I think it'll be a lot more busier and a lot more bigger venues.
I really hope I'm still with the company in 10 years. Without a doubt, in the next 10 years the company is going to grow and grow, and like I say, there's no limit to where it could go.
Basically it's here or not at all, because yeah, look at these plush surroundings, you know. Look at wrestling in front of 400, 500, 600 people, brilliant. Wrestling in front of 50 people, not so much.
I'd love to one day for it to be on television or online or something like that. I hope to still be around in 10 years. I just think Welsh Wrestling will keep getting bigger and bigger as we go through.
Well, I think if you take it on Alan's first 10 years, probably going from really small halls in front of, I don't know, how we started, 30 or 40, 50 people, to now doing this venue, you know, a multi-million-pound theatre, sold out in advance. And there's more like this as well. You know, if everybody keeps working hard and keeps pushing for the same thing, then of course it can get better. And there's no reason why it can't get bigger as well.
In the next 10 years, I would like more people to know about Welsh wrestling. I'd like more people to care about Welsh wrestling, and when people see that Welsh wrestling's coming to their town, I'd like them to be excited, like a lot of people in Llanelli are, like a lot of people in Maesteg are, like a lot of people in Blangarrow are, you know, all these places where they see the posters for the Welsh wrestling, they're psyched. So I'd like that to be just bigger, just more.
I always said in 10 years I'd take over Wales, I did. And I can guarantee within 20 years, this will be the next 10 years, I'll be the biggest promotion in the United Kingdom.